Ma'am, I'm sorry, but we don't allow smoking inside.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never can remember that stupid law. You used to be able to smoke in here since forever.
Oh, I hear you. I have to smoke out back in the alley like I'm some kind of retarded family member they're trying to hide in the basement or something. You warm up this lady's coffee. I'll be right back to take your order.
Well, I'll be damned. You look like an older version of a pretty young girl I used to know 30 years ago. Yep, you look just like that girl. Her name was Ginger. She had eyes like liquid coal and feathered black hair. She was a cheerleader. And she used to shake, shake, shake over on the sidelines every Friday night. I mean, all game long. Just shake, shake, bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. Yep, I remember you. And you remember me. Except back then, those black eyes would shine and that pearly whites would smile whenever the old coach come around. Do you still remember any of those cheers you used to screech out on the sidelines on Friday night? I don't mind telling you, I found them to be very inspirational. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, if I had $50, I'd fork it over right now to see you get up on this table and just belt one out. I mean, what do you say? I know you're not at your old fighting weight, but I think it'll hold you. One more time for the old Gipper. Hmm? Hit him again. Hit him again. Harder. Harder.
Push him back. Push him back. Way back.
مرحبا، كيف حالك؟ لا أنا مش فاضي أحكي معك هالكيت. بحكي معك بعدين. يلا باي باي.
So, what are you doing in Greenwood? Did you know I was here?
I don't think you're supposed to smoke in here.
Y'all know what you want?
I'm not ready yet.
And I've already eaten.
He's not staying.
Alrighty. I'll be back to check on you in a couple.
So, what are you doing here? Did they run out of teenage girls in McLaren County?
I haven't been back there in 20 years. I mean, it's funny what a school board will say when you rack up 3 losing seasons in a row. I mean, go figure.
You obviously had other things on your mind.
That is true.
You were lucky they didn't find out what you were doing off the field. And, by the way, you weren't so great at that either. I just thought you had a cool car.
What do you mean had? I still got that bad boy.
Well, you stick with whatever works, I guess.
A Brittany Blue 1967 Ford Fairlane convertible. Oh, it works. Now, it's got a little rust, kind of like the coach, but all the parts are still working. What you doing?
Maybe something I should have done 30 years ago.
What, calling the cops? Oh, hell. Ginger, it was 30 freaking years ago.
I wonder what the statute of limitations is on whatever it was. I don't know. I know laws were broken.
You were 3 weeks shy of your 18th birthday. I mean, that's close enough for me.
You know what they say that close, Avis? Horseshoes and hand grenades. Hey, it's me. It's about 12:30. If you get this in the next minute or two, call me. I need to try to cancel lunch if we could. Bye-bye.
Who's that?
None of your fucking business.
Now, Ginger, I remember when I could have gotten you 3 days detention for using language like that.
You heard me say a lot worse. And you didn't seem to mind at the time, if I recall. And you never told me, what are you doing here?
Oh, well, believe it or not, I bought a little farm over near Whitful a couple years back. Raised some cattle. And sometimes I have to come over to the co-op to get this special crappy mix in their feed. I mean, it's just expensive.
Hey, Mama. Sorry I'm running a little bit late. I had to run by the bank, pick up some cat food. Of course, I didn't get the cat food at the bank. Two separate things. One just happened to follow the other.
Jim, you never told me you had offspring.
I'm Carrie Ann.
Avis Rand. You can call me Coach.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine, I am sure. So your mama and I are old friends. Well, actually, I was a high school football coach in McLaren County when your mom was in school. That was back in the day of covered wagons and straight-leg blue jeans.
Well, then I know you knew my daddy then, too, right?
Well, who'd that be?
Mike Duffy.
Mike Duffy is your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be damned. Mike Duffy. You know, he was the best quarterback I ever coached in 7 years. Had an arm like a howitzer. I mean, he could thread a needle from 50 yards out. But you know, now that you mention it, I do believe that he and your mama had a hot thing going there for a while.
Probably a little too hot, seeing as how I was born 6 months after they graduated, for crying out loud. That's actually the summer my grandparents decided to pack up and move to keep Mama away from my daddy. Was all very scandalous for a small town, you know.
Now, hush, girl. Nobody cares about a bunch of old stale gossip that wasn't even that interesting in the first place.
It was the great shame of my life, growing up being the bastard child of 2 teen parents.
You were not a bastard. Only boys can be bastards.
That is so not true. Girls can be bastards, too, and I was. Y'all never got married, did you?
So whatever happened to old Mikey?
Oh, he tried to be a weekend daddy for a year or so. You probably heard he flunked out of state and lost his ride. Then he moved to Sarasota and we sort of lost track. He'd show up every year or so with Christmas presents and a basket of dirty laundry. Can you believe that?
Nobody likes dirty laundry.
Y'all decide on something?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a Ricky burger, and O-rings, lemonade.
I just love O-rings. I'll have what she's at.
I thought you ate.
Oh, I just got my appetite back.
You, ma'am?
A small salad, vinaigrette on the side. I'll just stick with water.
Alrighty.
Well, Mama was a cheerleader, but I guess you knew that.
I do seem to recall. So your mama was the it girl in McLaren County. I mean, all the boys were wild about her. Your mama was quite an eyeful back then. And it's obvious that those qualities did not skip a generation.
Oh, it's work. Excuse me.
I will gun you down in that street like a rabid animal before I see you lay one hand on my baby girl, and I wouldn't give it a second thought.
Well, she appears to be a fully grown woman of consenting age.
Well, that would be a step up for you, wouldn't it?
Look at you, playing the mama bear. Is that what you're doing? I mean, because I really just don't see it. See, what I do see is a woman that knows a little too well that she can't quite fit in her cheerleader's outfit anymore. That's what I see.
You're so full of it. You always were.
You know, one day you were the center of the universe, and the next, you're a high school has-been with a kid and 20 pounds of baby fat. Now, I know what happens to the best of them, so...
Go to hell.
Over time, they started looking less at you and more at her. And somehow I just don't think you ever quite got used to that.
If you tried something with her, she would laugh in your face, you old fart. She won't do it. She's too smart for that. She would see right through you.
I will always take a risk for a suitable reward. Now, that is my football mantra, and it's in Coach's blood.
And why would you want to do such a thing to your own daughter?
Nice try, Mama Bear.
Can you do the math, Coach? You and I were together on and off the whole time I was with Mike. But I was in love with Mike. And that's the choice I made. Look at her. Look at her. She never did take after me or Mike. She's got that light-colored hair, that big toothy grin, those chipmunk cheeks. Doesn't that seem a little familiar to you, Coach? It should.
So you know for a fact she's mine.
I don't know anything for a fact, Avis. Never did, never will. I don't want to. I guess that means you'll never know for sure either. And that's the way I prefer to keep it.
If I am her daddy, let's say I just want to get to know her.
And what better way to start off a father-daughter relationship than by telling your baby girl that her daddy's a child molester? Because that is the first thing she'll have to know, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay, we got a salad, 2 Ricky burgers, 2 orders of O-rings. You got ketchup on the table. Anything else y'all want right now?
No, thank you. I think we've got everything we need.
Had a message from you, Mama. Do you need to be somewhere else?
No, not anymore, baby. We're good.
He seemed like a nice enough man.
Yeah. Avis always did make a good first impression.
Should have taken his food with him. Too bad. More O-rings for me. I love O-rings. Thanks for lunch, Mama.
You know you're welcome, sweetie, anytime. Anytime.
Thank you.